This is a global news update on top accolade news. From the corridors of power to the front lines of global conflict, the world never stands still, and neither should you. To bring you the headlines that shape politics, economies, and culture, because the stories of today affect us all. The headlines: Former President Biden undergoes skin cancer surgery. Norway faces tight parliamentary race. Putin invites Zelensky to Moscow. From the halls of power to personal battles, former President Biden undergoes skin cancer surgery. Former U.S. President Joe Biden recently underwent Mohs surgery to remove skin cancer lesions, adding to its ongoing health management following the 2023 basal cell carcinoma removal and the May diagnosis of aggressive prostate cancer that has spread to his bones. The procedure, which removes the thin layers of skin until all cancerous cells are gone, was carried out successfully, though the exact date was not disclosed. Biden remains optimistic about his prostate cancer treatment, emphasizing his physical resilience and commitment to monitoring his health. Even in retirement, the former president's medical journey highlights that battles with illness span or won in public life, reminding the world that courage is often measured not in office, but in private struggles endured. While former leaders face personal battles at home, across the Atlantic, Norwegians are preparing to weigh the future of their nation as Norway faces tight parliamentary race. Norwegians are voting on Sunday and Monday in a closely contested parliamentary election between the centre-left bloc and a right-wing coalition dominated by the anti-immigration Progress Party and the Conservatives. Key issues include the cost of living, taxation, public services, climate policy, and Norway's $2 trillion sovereign wealth fund, while international factors such as Russia's war in Ukraine and global security anxieties have boosted Labour standing. Polls suggest Labour could secure a narrow majority, while the Progress Party lead the right-wing bloc with populist messages on taxes and spending. With the election potentially decided by small parties and shifting voter priorities, Norway's political future hangs by a thread, proving that in a volatile world, even a nation of 5.6 million cannot escape the ripples of global uncertainty. Global leaders are navigating high-stake negotiations as Putin invites Zelensky to Moscow. Russian President Vladimir Putin reiterated on September 5th at the Eastern Economic Forum that he will not travel abroad for talks with Ukrainian President Zelensky, but is willing to host Zelensky in Moscow, offering full security guarantees. The Kremlin spokesperson framed the invitation as a negotiation initiative, not a demand for capitulation, while Ukrainian officials rejected the offer as unacceptable. Putin also stated that foreign troops would not be needed in Ukraine under a peace deal, but any military presence during active hostilities will be treated as a legitimate target. The proposal comes amid heightened skepticism from Kyiv and its allies, raising questions about Russia's intention. As the chessboard of diplomacy shifts, Putin's invitation feels less like a bridge and more like a mirror reflecting Moscow's terms. You're watching the Global News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. The U.S. is turning up the pressure on organized crime in Latin America. U.S. targets Ecuadorian gangs as terrorist groups. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced that two of Ecuador's largest criminal gangs will be designated as foreign terrorist organizations, enabling the U.S. to freeze their assets, share intelligence, and potentially carry out lethal operations. Speaking in Ecuador, Rubio suggested that U.S. forces, in coordination with cooperative governments, could strike drug traffickers if necessary, following a recent Caribbean Sea operation that killed 11 suspected smugglers. The U.S. also pledged $13.5 million in security aid and $6 million in drone technology to support Ecuador's anti-gang effort amid escalating cartel violence that drives cocaine trafficking and migration. As Washington and Quito escalate their crackdown, the line between law enforcement and wartime action blurs, raising the stakes for both criminals and the civilians caught in their crossfire. From the cracking down on organized crime in Latin America to taking controversial action in the Middle East, the U.S. is asserting its influence as U.S. sanctions 3 Palestinian human rights groups over ICC Gaza complaints. The United States has sanctioned 3 Palestinian human rights organizations after they requested the International Criminal Court to investigate Israel for alleged genocide in Gaza. The group's ICC petition filed in November 2023 followed Israel's military campaign that has killed over 64,000 people and displaced nearly the entire population of Gaza. The sanctions, part of a broader U.S. pattern of targeting ICC-related actors, come amid global scrutiny, including a recent resolution by the world's largest Genocide Scholars Association recognizing Israel's action in Gaza as meeting genocide criteria. In a conflict where legality, morality, and politics collide, the U.S. move underscores how advocacy itself can become a target, leaving human rights defenders caught in the crossfire. The spotlight now moves from Armani's timeless elegance to the ring, with Tyson and Mayweather set for exhibition bouts. Former champions Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather are set to face off in an exhibition bout next year, promoted by CSI Sports/Fight Sports, though details on date, location, rules, and broadcasters are yet to be revealed. Tyson, the youngest undisputed heavyweight champion in history, returns after a controversial defeat by Jake Paul, while Mayweather, undefeated across 5 weight classes, has taken part in multiple exhibitions since retiring in 2017. The match will not count towards official records and former winners are unlikely, emphasizing entertainment over competition. As the sport increasingly blends spectacle with sport, the Tyson-Mayweather showdown may remind fans that in boxing today, the fight isn't always in the ring, it is the business of hype. From political upheaval and international conflict to trade deals, cultural icons, and the allure of the spectacle, today's headlines remind us that the world moves at the speed of change, and every story, big or small, shapes the world in the ways we can barely predict. Stay informed, stay curious, and remember, history is being written even as we speak. I am Ojorume Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day and keep watching the global news updates on Top Accolade News.